Okay, get this. An amazing dessert with just 2 ingredients that only takes about 5 minutes to prep. Does that sound too good to be true? Well, today we're breaking down a recipe that promises it's totally possible. Let's dive in.
So the person who came up with this recipe promises, and I quote, an amazing dessert with just 2 ingredients. And you know what? That's exactly what we're going to explore. Forget about complicated techniques or a shopping list that's a mile long. This is all about pure, simple satisfaction.
But wait, it actually gets even better. Look at this. It's not just ridiculously easy to make. It's also sugar-free, gluten-free, and milk-free. That means pretty much anyone can dig in without a second thought. I mean, how awesome is that? That right there is the real magic of this whole thing.
All right, so what are these 2 miracle ingredients? It's time to reveal what has got to be the world's shortest shopping list. Okay, ingredient number 1, apples. Now the trick here is to use a sweet variety. And for the quantity, you'll want somewhere between 4 and 6 of them. So, maybe 4 if they're medium-sized, or up to 6 if they're on the smaller side. That natural sweetness is absolutely key for the final flavor. And for our second and final ingredient, it's sugar-free chocolate. Now, the amount here is super specific, so listen up. You're going to need exactly 250 grams. That's about 8.8 ounces. Getting this right is what gives you that super rich, decadent taste, all without any of that added white sugar.
All right, we've got our 2 ingredients ready. Now for the fun part. Let's actually make this thing. You are not going to believe how quickly this all comes together.
So here's the game plan. It's just 4 simple stages. We cook the apples, melt the chocolate, mix them together, and then let the fridge do the rest of the work. Seriously, that's the whole shebang. Let's walk through it.
First things first, the apples. Just give them a rough chop. Don't even worry about making it look perfect. Toss them into a saucepan and then pour in just enough water to cover them. Boom, you're ready for the stove. Okay, while those apples are simmering away and doing their thing, it's time for the chocolate. And I love this part. The recipe just says to melt it in any convenient way. So yeah, you can zap it in the microwave, in little short bursts, or you can do the classic double boiler thing with a bowl over simmering water. You do you, whatever's easiest.
So how long does this all really take? Well, the apples will need about 20 minutes on the stove to get nice and tender. After that, the only other time commitment is the passive part, just letting the dessert set in the fridge for 2 or 3 hours. The key takeaway here is that your actual hands-on work is done in a flash.
And now, the moment of truth. This is where the magic happens. Once your apples are perfectly soft, you're going to blend them up into a really smooth puree. Then, you just pour that warm apple goodness right into your bowl of melted chocolate. Give it all a good stir until it becomes one beautiful, glossy mixture.
Almost there. The very last step before chilling is to pour that beautiful, silky mixture into your baking dish. Now, the size is actually pretty important here. The source specifies a 6-inch or 15-centimeter dish. Using the right size helps the dessert get that perfect thickness so it sets up just right.
Okay, so you've been patient, it's been chilling in the fridge, and now it's time for the big reveal. Let's see the delicious reward for all your 5 minutes of hard work.
And here it is. What you get is this rich, almost fudgy, and just unbelievably satisfying dessert. It's kind of wild to think that just apples and chocolate can transform into something that feels so indulgent, especially with absolutely no refined sugar. So there you have it, a dessert that's quick, easy, and surprisingly wholesome, ready to be enjoyed.
We'll sign off with the same warm wish from the recipe's creator. Bon appetit! We truly hope you get a chance to make this, and just enjoy every single bite. And that really gets you thinking, doesn't it? The world must be full of simple, brilliant ideas just like this one. So what kind of ingenious recipe do you think we should break down in our next explainer? We'll leave you with that question to simmer on. Thanks for tuning in.